Hello financial investors and welcome to the channel. Today is the 6th of July 2020. We're going to go ahead and quickly cover stock futures. Then we're going to go ahead and jump over into the M1 Finance Roth IRA platform. Now if you don't know, the 3rd of July was the Independence Day Observance Day, so the market and financial institutions were closed as far as stockbrokers. So the portfolio did not get a deposit on Friday, so I only have the dividends that were paid out this past week that are able to be invested today. So kind of going into this, what my main focus of this video is quickly kind of covering futures, what is expected of Monday and potentially this week. Then we're going to go ahead and jump over into Seeking Alpha. If you guys haven't checked that out, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to enter your shares into this platform. That way, if you have other broker accounts, I'm going to be using Seeking Alpha to kind of combine all my accounts into one location where I'm able to kind of track their performance. So instead of logging on to, M1 Finance or Robinhood or a Webull or my Merrill Edge platform or something, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how we're going to go ahead and consolidate all of our shares onto Seeking Alpha. That way you can track the performance of your stocks individually, and you'll be able to pull up information on these stocks for dividends or other earnings and stuff such as that. So that's what we're going to be covering today in this video. So if you are brand new to my channel, have not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below. If you do enjoy this video, find it helpful, entertaining, give this video a thumbs up. And if you have any comments or questions, would like to let me know what stocks you're planning on buying this week, definitely let me know down below. So right off the bat, stock futures looking very positive here. If I refresh, all the indexes are currently up over 1%, with the Dow Jones actually up 1.32% here in the after hours. Now, Hong Kong market is currently open. We can see that Hong Kong is up 3.48%. That is pretty wild there over in the China market, being up over 3% here on a Monday. So we may see the U.S. markets do something very similar here already. We're about 10 hours away from open, I believe, and right now futures are up already over 1%. As we get closer to open, we may see the futures begin to go higher. Now, jumping over into the M1 Finance platform, as mentioned earlier, last Friday, the 3rd of July, was Independence Day observed, so the market was not open. If we take a look at the S&P 500, Friday, there was no data for Friday as the financial institutions were closed on Friday. So here, if we look at the 1 week performance for the portfolio, you'll see that is essentially flat as of the 2nd of July, just kind of flat across the board because Friday was not open, and obviously we had the 4th and 5th here for the weekend. So overall, the performance here for the past week performance since the 29th, this is showing is up 1.34%, and I believe that is pretty much almost in line here. This is from the 26th, so this is from the 29th. So it's actually from Monday. Okay, so this performance is from Monday until Thursday, up 1.34%. So that's essentially how we kind of measure up to the portfolio. Now, as far as the total performance of this account, it's actually been doing pretty well. We're back in positive again for as far as market gains. We do have quite a bit of positions that are both positive and are both negative. So we're sort of sitting more positive than negative because we have more market gains versus market losses, and we're still continuing to earn dividends every single week. You can see that we do have $20.63 sitting in cash. These are all from dividends that came in last week. Now, last week we had some pretty interesting performance. We actually saw Waco Group continuing to move higher and higher. This one's been on a bit of a tear recently. I still believe it is negative in the portfolio. Go ahead and type in Waco. Okay, so right there, it's still down roughly almost 9% there. So it is having some really good weeks. These past few weeks, it's been doing positive. So we may see Waco Group come out of the negative here shortly. We also had Pfizer doing really well. This was on our Monday buys, I believe. Pfizer and AT&T were two Monday buys that we purchased, so Pfizer did really well as well. And we did see a couple REITs within the retail and multifamily units and some digital realty trusts. So it's kind of an interesting area here to kind of see some retail up near the top of the performance here for the week. Now, the worst performers last week were financial, so anything really financially or it's energy related. So JP Morgan Financial, Eaton Vance Financial, Main Street Capital is a BDC, a um, monthly paying BDC. Oil, we have Chevron. Cisco Corp, I'm actually surprised to see this one down last week, but overall we can see some financials and energy down here towards the bottom. Now, dividends. This is what we're going to be investing this week. We had $20 and some change of dividends get paid out last week. Now, last week's dates were the 29th through the 3rd of July. And again, the market was closed on the 3rd. So here were all the dividends that were paid out. We got paid out from Digital Realty Trust, $4.14. 79 cents from Lancaster Colony Group. Waco Group paid out $5.33. Community Trust Bancorp paid out 30 cents. Genuine Parts 270, UGI Corp 272, and Kimberly Clark $4.65. So all of these companies paying out reached a total of $20.65. I wish I was able to have made that deposit there of $50.23. We'd have $70 to invest this week, but it'll probably come in the morning. And M1 Finance doesn't allow you to sort of up your, invest $100. So tomorrow, if I do happen to have that $50 get deposited, it'll invest up to $100. It no longer allows you to future invest capital that you haven't added to your portfolio. That is something that I really liked in the past that M1 Finance took away. So now we've covered the performance of the Roth IRA, the individual holdings for the week, and the weekly performance and dividends. Now, as far as what stock we are planning to buy this week, I did have a few in mind that I was looking at AT&T and Pfizer once again, but with the $20 that I do have in there, I'm only going to be focusing on one position right now, and that one position is more than likely going to be AT&T. This one has $906 of equity that has been invested in it. Pfizer would be another position I could add to, but Pfizer, you know, I think it's a great company, but with I think they're both obviously both coming up on ex-dividend here. AT&T is coming up on the 9th of July, which is this Thursday. So as long as I buy these positions here on Monday, and if I get the $50 invested by, on Monday, I can invest that on Tuesday and have that all available for it to go ex-dividend on Thursday. Now, of these positions that are coming up, we can see here we have AT&T, Avi. Avi's positive right now, so Avi's up here towards the top. Let's go ahead and, or maybe not in this position. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's up 13.47. Caterpillar is down near the lows. Lowe's is doing really well. Pfizer is negative. Main Street Capital is still pretty positive. It's up here at 21%. So really, Pfizer and AT&T are really the only two positions that I can add into at this time that are going ex-dividend in July. And with only $20 to invest, I don't think M1 Finance allows you to invest. So let's go ahead and click it and see. So this says that automated investing will not work unless you have at least $25 of cash remaining uninvested to your account. So we're going to go ahead and actually see if we can make this work with $20.63. So what we're going to do is just target AT&T, for example, hit buy sell, and we're going to go ahead and hit, oh, there is available for, there's $70.86. So this actually works out to my advantage there. Okay, so we have $20.63 sitting in cash, but we do have a pending deposit of $50.23 for a total there of $70.86. So busting out my handy dandy calculator, taking 70 0.86 by 2. That's $35.43 that we're actually going to be putting towards both of these companies. So that actually worked out really well. I didn't plan that. It wasn't until I went into here that I really saw that both AT&T and Pfizer could be purchased. So I wanted to make this portion of the video very quick and easy. Now, Pfizer is showing that it does have a positive return. That's because Pfizer has paid me $47.50 of dividends. So it actually has a net gain of $6.91 because of those dividends. But as far as market gains, it is down by $40.59. So here, we're just kind of averaging down. By averaging down this way, we'll actually be lowering our unit costs, increasing our yield on costs, and just adding more shares to our portfolio. Okay, now jumping over to another focus that I wanted to kind of showcase here, and that is on Seeking Alpha. Once you've created your account here, you'll be able to have your own free account where you'll be able to go into your portfolio, create a portfolio. Here, for example, I can say Merrill Edge, and I can create this portfolio, and I can begin to add positions in here. So I could type in Avi and hit done, and it's just going to add Avi into that. Now, once you've created different portfolios into here, such as your M1 Finance Roth IRA, this is the one that I wanted to kind of showcase this with, you would then go into your holdings, and in your holdings, you're able to add lots. So what you can do here, for example, is from this point, I'm going to go ahead and move my little spreadsheet there over to the right. And on the left, I'm just going to have Seeking Alpha. Now, there's only really two things you need to enter in here for your lots that are important, is your number of shares. So here, for example, you can see that all of these are sorted by the symbol. So over here, if you have a spreadsheet that you can use to do this, this is something I would recommend. Just take all your positions, highlight them if you use Google Spreadsheets, go up to your top and select data. If you have a filter or don't have a filter, as long as you have your sort of bracket showcasing what is below each area, you can go back in and just create a filter, and this will allow you to filter. I'm going to go ahead and deselect it all and sort these alphabetically. So this should now sort these alphabetically from A all the way down to W, and there we go. So now all of our ticker symbols are in the exact same order as they are here on Seeking Alpha. Okay, so now we can go ahead and select add lot. So here, if you have a spreadsheet, something very similar to mine, you can go ahead and begin adding your number of shares by copying, and your average cost basis is just what's your buy price. You know, my buy price for Apple was 169, so I can go ahead and type that in there, and the date it's not really too important. So here, for example, there we go. I added those two areas in. You can see here that total change is positive by $539.15, and that's all correct. So that's really all you need to do. We could do the exact same thing for Avi. Just, and it actually accepts fractional shares, which is really nice. A lot of positions, they don't allow you to have fractional shares in them. Dividend.com comes to mind. I know that one. I tried to add fractional shares onto theirs, and it wasn't working for me. So I'm really happy that Seeking Alpha does allow you to have fractional shares. So here we can kind of just go down the list, and as long as you have everything sort of sorted, this should go pretty quick. I'm not going to sit here and do all of these, but here as we're entering this information, you can see that we're now able to use this page here to kind of get a little bit more detail as far as our lots. So let's go ahead, expand this out, and we can now use Seeking Alpha for a little bit more information. Here we can keep track of our number of shares, our cost basis, our total gain. So this we can actually go in here and just say, what positions are positive or negative and by how much. Abby, for example, it is at $98.88. I'm actually considering taking a little bit of profits on Avi, but at the same time, it is going ex-dividend in July. And do I really want a chance, swinging it and not being able to buy back in when it's going ex-dividend? And I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to be worrying about Avi at this moment, if it goes up, if it goes down at the moment. And over here on the side, we can see our total change in these positions, the total percentage-wise, how they have moved, the actual value of these positions. So let's see if it matches. Whoops, let's go ahead and go that one to here. And as far as the value, so this should match here, 108.62. So it's off by a penny there. It's perfectly matched there and there and there. So on a few of these, it did actually come off 1 cent off on Apple, but for the most part, it's actually pretty good. And then if you're looking for other information, the M1 Finance doesn't actually have it. You can go throughout M1 Finance and you're not going to find any information on earnings, but Seeking Alpha does allow you to have earnings. It shows you when it's going to be announced. So in July 29th, 2020, we're going to get an upcoming announcement date, what the expected earnings per share is expected to be, the revenue that's expected, when they were announced last quarter, what it actually came in at, surprise, and revenue surprise. So this is actually a very good website to keep track of all your companies very quickly, very easily, all in one platform. A lot of brokers out there, Robinhood, Webull, M1 Finance, they don't always have the most up-to-date information, or maybe they have the information but it's not displayed correctly, or they just don't have the information on their platform. So by coming over here to Seeking Alpha, you're able to add all this information in, keep track of which companies are going ex-dividend here in July, quickly know which stocks you're going to be able to average in, what's their 4-year average yield, what's their 4-year growth rate. Where's your growth rate? Oh, the 5-year dividend growth rate. So if you're looking for a high dividend growth rate company, Avi has grown their dividends over the past 5 years at an average rate of 20.86%. Using the rule of 72, you may see your dividend income double in about 3 to 4 years. If it increases by 20%, 72 by 20 is what, a little over 3. So in 4 years, your dividend income with Avi will essentially double if they continue to grow their dividend by nearly 20% per year. So there is a lot of other little information as well. So that is essentially all I wanted to kind of cover. I am going to go ahead and fill out the rest of this information here as far as the lots. And then I want to go ahead and also add in my Merrill Edge portfolio. I think this would be kind of a nicer area to showcase all the performances. That way, something else I'd like to see in here is, what is the 1 month performance? If I jump over to M1 Finance, and I don't have a year to date, that shows me a 1 month performance, but I would really like to see a year to date performance. That's something I would like to see somewhere out there, and it doesn't look like this has it either, and that's fine. I think that's going to be good. So that is going to be it for today's video. The main thing here was that I didn't think I would have the cash available on the account. Turns out it is tracking that I am having a deposit here on Monday. So I am able to fully invest what I want to initially invest. I was able to buy both Pfizer and AT&T going ex-dividend in July. And we went ahead and covered Seeking Alpha. So if you haven't heard of Seeking Alpha or just haven't used Seeking Alpha for this specific method, let me know down in the comment section below if this is something that is interesting to you guys as far as being able to track and get information on your different companies all in one spot. So that is it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy this video, again, hit that thumbs up button below, make it blue. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. And if you have any comments or questions, want to let me know what stocks you're planning on buying, what you think the market's going to be doing this week. I think it's going to be positive, because why bet against the Fed? And that is it. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.